Welcome to another episode of Racing to Learn. We are a nonprofit that gets kids excited about math and science. We've got two of our radio-controlled trucks on the bench today, and we're going to do a little bit of a quick comparison as well as an unboxing. So this Stampede, this is a Stampede, Traxxas Stampede 4x4 VXL, and we'll include all the links to the playlist for both of these trucks. In back of it, we've got the Proline Pro Fusion. I almost said Pro MT. Proline Pro Fusion 4x4. It's a close. It's the big brother of the. This is what's left of our Proline Pro MT 4x4 110 scale monster truck. This is a 110 scale short course truck that you can also turn into a basher. You can see our custom metal roll cage here. Just bring it up here that we've, this is actually originally built for a Traxxas T-Max/E-Max, the original short wheel-based version. So we've got both of these trucks on the bench. I just wanted to kind of compare and contrast. This Stampede 4x4 VXL has been in a state of disrepair ever since we had one of the wheel bearings blow out. And it's just been sitting there, for, also it's got a bent shock shaft. These Traxxas shock shafts are notorious for bending under duress. We did a pretty big jump at the BMX park. You guys can check out the video in the playlist in the video description. That was quite a while back, and this has just been sitting because we have so many other project trucks in the queue in front of it. It just hasn't been a high priority. Now, I want to juxtapose the Stampede 4x4 with the Proline trucks. Now, part of the reason why this has been in a state of disrepair, we finally got this truck to a good point, relatively good point of durability, but you've got to put a lot into these Traxxas trucks, or vehicles for that matter, to make them durable. From the factory, they come with plastic drive shafts. You've got to replace those to metal. The shock shafts are prone to bending. What else have we done on this truck? The motor mount for this, the plastic one that is stock, will melt. So a popular upgrade is an aluminum one with a bigger bearing, right? Because if that bearing fails, basically, the spur gear here, the slipper clutch, all that sort of stuff, the bearings, even maybe the motor, all those things are at jeopardy if that main bearing goes. And not only does it support the drivetrain, the drive shaft that goes from front to back here, right, transferring the power to the front differential, but it also supports the spur gear, and this, the long drive shaft. It bears a lot of load, and it's not surprising that a plastic piece with a smaller bearing will fail. So a common upgrade is to go to the metal. Now, if you're running this as a brush setup, I don't even know if Traxxas still makes the Telluride, but that was the brush kind of a rock crawlerized version. Basically, they repurposed the Stampede 4x4 to a crawler, and it's probably been phased out because Traxxas has a proper crawler now, the TRX4. But we at the time we were able to get parts cheap, bountifully through our good friends at Dollar Hobbies. They used to part out these vehicles, so you get parts just all over the place, right? This shares a lot of parts with the Slash 4x4, of course, and the Traxxas Rally, the 4x4 rally car, right? They basically share all the same drivetrain. The Rally and the Slash have a longer chassis, right? A short course length chassis like we had back here on the Pro Fusion, so about 2 inches longer. So that part's interchangeability is great, right? But then Traxxas actually sued Dollar Hobbies, or gave them a cease and desist. I don't know if they actually sued them. I take that back. But they told them to stop doing that because it was cutting into their profit margins, of course, right? Versus buying packaged parts individually. Dollar Hobbies was offering kind of grab bags of sub-assemblies, like the differentials or, et cetera, right? You could get stuff really, really cheaply. And that's part of the reason why we got into this truck. And when that supply of parts dried up, it just wasn't a financially viable decision for our program anymore, right? Having to buy these parts at piecemeal. Another thing that happened is one of the distributors that we work with, HRP, Traxxas, cut them out of the supply chain too. So HRP no longer distributes Traxxas trucks or parts or anything. So they're one of our key partners. So not being able to buy stuff through Traxxas through HRP, really put this on the back burner, right? We couldn't get replacement parts, as readily as we could before. Of course, you can buy them off of Amazon, but or your local hobby shop, but a lot of times you end up ordering the specialty parts, and it just became really difficult. That's why we switched over to more durable vehicles like the ECX 2-wheel drive vehicles. For 4x4s, we went with a Techno SET 10, SET 410.3, right, and also these trucks that you see back here. But just wanted to give a quick comparison, right? So the we've got this fully disassembled now, but you can see that the Pro Fusion or the Pro MT, the Pro MT 4x4 and the Stampede have a similarly sized chassis. The Pro MT is actually a tad longer. You can see wheelbase to wheelbase, kind of comparing those screws on the differential housing. But I'll put this one off to the side here. Because we're going to focus on the big boy back there. So the Pro Fusion, we're going to show you guys the power plant that we're using today, or rather the entire setup. The Pro Fusion, we're running a Hobbywing WPSC8 electronic speed controller and the 4072 motor from them as well. For the battery, we're going to be using this bad boy. Venom Drive 500 milliamp hour 50C 4-cell battery. So this is the first time we ran a 4-cell or 4S battery in any of our 1/10 scale trucks. We've done 5S, 6S, 4S, all possible combinations in our bigger trucks, our 8 scale. But this is going to be fun. So this is what we built this truck for, is to handle 4S. Just going to unbox this here. The Venom, again, 500,000 50C drive battery. Venom has a great limited lifetime warranty on these. This is going to be a brute here of a battery. So nice thing about Venom is that they give you these XT60 connectors hardwired in, and then they give you these adapters, so you can adapt to a T-plug or a Dean's, whatever you want to call it, an EC3, Traxxas connector, both the new and old, they include adapters for. So pretty cool stuff there. This is going to be the basis of our 4S builds here, and we might even use this in like our SET 410.3, our Thunder Tiger MT4G3. Again, because of these adapters, we can pretty much use it in any of our truck builds, or any of our trucks, rather. We might even put this into our Revo brushless conversion, the 3.3 version, the long wheelbase version. So definitely stay tuned for that. But really excited to get these burly packs out there and running. So let us know what you guys think. Again, for those that are curious and what went into this build, a lot of parts, a lot of upgrades from Kraken RC2. We've got the anodized top plate, aluminum top plate, rear suspension brace, their aluminum diff cases all around. So front, center, rear are the Kraken RC, beautifully machined, CNC machined aluminum diff cases. What else have we done here? Of course, the roll cage is the most obvious. The Proline aluminum servo saver arm, definitely an upgrade you want to do. We're running 500,000 weight fluid in the center, 60,000 weight silicon diff fluid in the front, 30,000 in the rear. So we're gonna do a shakedown run in our next episode, just gradually up in the power. We'll start with the 3S, and then we'll throw in this bad boy to see what kind of mayhem it brings. So let us know what you guys think in the comments. Thanks again for watching, and we will catch you next time.